place where you can be and breathe for a moment so you can relax. Start to close your eyes and bring your awareness in. Focus your awareness on all of the subtle energies moving around in your body. So just scan your body head to toe and begin to slow the breath down. Knowing that every day is different. And we're just observing ourselves without judgment, just noticing what's there, and really taking our time on our inhales and exhales. And when you start to breathe this way, it's an audible sound. It sounds a lot like the ocean. You're breathing into the back of your throat, maybe making the throat a little bit smaller. So compressing your throat just a little, so you're pulling air in and then pressing air out. Trying to keep the mouth closed throughout the entire practice. That way you control how the air comes in and how the air comes out. It is this breath that will choose how to energize you. And it's this breath how we dispel all of the unnecessary elements that we tend to hold into the body, that get stuck in the body, all of the stress that gets stuck in our joints. So we use the exhale to let go of long-held holding patterns within the body. Now, often when we slow down the breath, we slow down the body, our mind starts to turn on. So if finicky thoughts find their way into your mind, just redirect your focus, listening to the sounds of nature around you, and use your breath to stay anchored in that truth. And this type of breathing, this focused breathing, can release long-held holding patterns in the body, because once patterns are established, they become your truth. So here we are already starting to sync up automatically on its own just by listening to the sounds, rewriting over old belief systems that fool you into believing non-truth. So already in just a few minutes that you've been here, your brain has already begun to rewrite itself automatically on its own. All you have to do is just breathe and listen. With every breath that you take, begin to relax more and more. Come deeper down into the awareness of yourself, your own being. And let go of any titles, hang up any hats, any roles that you play. And just for this moment in time, forget everything that you've ever been told about yourself. Start off with a clean slate. And now let's contract your bandhas. Your bandhas are your powerhouse. It's your strong abdominal two-part lock. So pull the pelvic wall up and the navel in towards your spine. Your tailbone automatically starts to tuck under. So let's help out the spine to lengthen it a little bit more by elongating the back of your neck, pulling up through the crown of your head. So now your spine is active. You're pulling the spine up, you're grounding down and pulling up at the same time. So you're using that natural traction within the body, and you're anchoring your powerhouse nice and strong. Because here we use the breath to harness our energy. So pulling the pelvic wall up and the navel in towards the spine. That way your energy isn't spewing out and spilling all over the place. You're harnessing it and focusing it to one point. And when you don't have your bandhas contracted, your abdominal wall is contracted, it feels a lot like a live wire, as if you're a live wire, just not having much control over your energy. And so we tend to give our energy away and lose it. So this is how we gather our energy and harness it to use it to get ahead. So at all times, whether you're walking, sitting, talking, driving, pull your pelvic wall up and your navel in. That way your entire life could be an abdominal workout. Now it takes practice on how to contract certain parts of the body, abdominal strong, and relax other parts of the body, your lungs, your heart center, your chest, and the tops of your shoulders are relaxed down your back, open. So relax up here and be strong here. So your torso is relaxed and strong, both at the same time. And it takes practice to learn how to contract certain muscle groups while relaxing others. So that's exactly what we're doing right here. So we're just practicing. So breath easily flows in and out. There's no constrictions, no blocks within the lungs or the heart. Easily free flowing, yet your core is strong. Now gently bring your chin down towards your chest, elongating the back of your spine just a little bit more. Gently pressing down on the glands in your neck. And whenever you're in a stressful situation, you can come into this position, pressing the chin down, very gently pressing on the glands in your neck, and this is an instant trigger for relaxation throughout your entire circulatory nervous system. Now let's take 3 collective breaths together. Exhale all the air out of your lungs. Inhale, circle sweep arms, come all the way up and around, dynamic arms. Exhale, really press prayer palms to the heart center. Inhale, gathering up as much energy as you can, life force, prana. Exhale, harnessing it, centering it right to your core. One more time. Inhale, gathering up energy for your practice. And exhale, centering it right down into your heart. And now let's come into tabletop. So just coming onto the hands and knees, making sure there's plenty of room between the knees and the hands. That way you're not balancing on a tightrope. And then spread the fingertips wide. You want your palms flat, gripping down through the fingertips. And we're just going to move back and forth through cat-cow. Inhaling, opening up the heart center, arching your back, tailbone high. To exhale, opposite end of the spectrum, rounding the spine, holding the navel in, chin down towards the chest. Inhaling. As you move through, you're breathing, whether you're on the inhale or the exhale, as long as you're breathing through the movements. So your body does not move unless your breath, your inhale or your exhale, guides it to, allows it to. That way you can stay mindful of your body. You're checking in with your body right here, seeing how your back feels today. Knowing that every day is different. And you're just breathing your way from one opposite end of the spectrum to another. There is no greater teacher than your own body. So learning how to listen to your body's cues, it will tell you when to push, when to pull back. When you want to play your edge, you want to come right up to that point where more would be way too much, but less wouldn't be enough. So you want to just find your place in each yoga pose right there. Never be afraid to modify as needed. We're all at different chapters in our journey, different body types and different injuries. So as long as you're mindfully breathing and listening to your body, that is yoga. Yoga means to yoke, unite, and bring together mind, body, breath, all working as one integrated unit. It's like getting both sides of your brain, both sides of the body to work together. That way you can operate at your optimal maximum level. All right, now walking the hands forward just a little bit. Now you're going to use every bit of the hand that you're given. So really grip the mat with your fingertips and press the knuckles down into the mat. This will alleviate pressure off your wrists. Tuck your toes and inhale your hips up into downward facing dog. Just start to press your chest back towards your thighs, straightening out through the shoulders. Shoulders are spiraled down your back, away from each other. And let's just start to walk out the dog. So alternating heels, straightening one leg as you bend the other. Pressing heels down towards the mat again. This is a diagnostic pose. It's more about conditioning than it is about being flexible. And yoga is not for the flexible, it's for the willing. So as long as you have an open and willing attitude, your body will follow. And your body responds so much more beautifully when it is relaxed. So relaxing your mind and just letting your neck relax, your head be heavy. Remember, the more you bend your knees, the deeper of a stretch you'll get in your lower back. Now on the in-breath, when you're in down dog, you want to press forward and down through your hands. And on the out-breath, back and down through the heels. Slight bend in the knees. You can send your tailbone up towards the sky. It's a lot as if you were going to come into a handstand if you were to walk your feet in. So that's how you want to feel, as if you're pushing the ground away. So you're not sinking down into the ground. You're pushing the ground away and lifting up through the tailbone. Deep breath here, three-legged dog. Inhale, right leg lifts up high to the sky, stretching. Now it's more about length than it is about height. So maybe roll your right hip down just so it's even with the left. Remember, you can keep a bend in your knee and really reach past the toes as you breathe. So pressing forward, down, away through the palms. And scissor your inner thighs. So really squeeze your inner thighs together as you reach past the toes. On your next exhale, we're going to step it wide into a low lunge. So right foot outside right hand. Bring the back knee down. Upper body arms to rise. Now just very gently press forward into your hip flexor and bring your arms behind you. Interlace your hands coming into a shoulder width. Just being very gentle, very easy on the shoulders. Roll them up, back, down, and away as you press forward into your stretch. Sending your breath into these places, opening them up. So any tension that might be stuck, that may or may not be in these places, in your joints, you're going to use your exhale to breathe it away. It has no choice, nowhere left to go but to leave your body. So deep breath, inhale, open up your heart center. And exhale. We're going to press back. You can tuck your back toes, bringing the shoulder to the knee. So just balancing here, bowing the head. And we're just letting the head relax. Elongating the back of your neck now. And pulling the fists away from the body. And release the grip. Both hands to each side of the foot now. Now we're just going to straighten the right leg while lifting the left, looking forward just like cat-cow. Inhale. Opening up the heart center, shoulders roll down the back, and exhale. Bring the knee in towards the third eye. Inhale, lengthen the leg back out to long as you stretch the heart center forward and reach the toes away in the opposite direction. Exhale. Bring the knee in, round the back, tuck it in just like a beach ball. Inhale, lengthening it out nice and long, stretching out the body. And exhale, tuck the knee in. Inhale, lengthen the leg back out to long, just to step the foot down on the mat. Now plant your hands and step the foot back into high push-up position. Now you want to stack your joints. You can always bring your knees down to the mat if you need to, but you want to press back through your heels and line up the wrists under elbows, under shoulders. Now bend your elbows, 90-degree angles, and hover here. This is low push-up, Chaturanga Dandasana. Now keep your elbows tucked into your sides. You can do this. You are strong. Inhale, roll over the top of the toes, straighten the arms, and lift the heart into upward facing dog. So heart is pulling away from the heels, and thighs are so dynamically engaged that you're lifting them off the mat so that you don't collapse. muscles in your lower back. Now engage your core and use your abdominal muscles to pull your hips back up into your downward facing dog, pressing your chest back towards your thighs and walking the dog out left and right, alternating heels down to the mat and breathing deep and free, just letting your head go, inverting your world, turning your world upside down to clear the way for new insights. And now the other side, three-legged dog. Inhale, left leg reaches back. Really lengthen the leg. Remember, it's more about length than it is about height. Scissor the inside of your thighs so you can learn how to use your midline strength. So really roll the left hip down, just so that's even with the right, and squeeze the inner thighs towards your midline. On your next exhale, we're going to step it wide, low lunge. So left foot outside left hand, bring the right knee down, upper body, arms to rise. Press forward into your hip flexor, very gently. Interlace your hands and maybe switch up the grip, other thumb on top just to balance out both sides of the body. And roll the shoulders open and down your back. Now focus your eyes one spot, your ekaglata. It's where you find a non-moving object to rest your eyes upon. You still the body, or you still the eyes, you still the mind, and the body will follow. And when you're so focused at one point, all distractions will just eclipse themselves out of your view. And let's slowly start to bow. Now breathe your way into bring the shoulder to the knee. Just sitting back. You can tuck your back toes if you need to, if you need a little bit more balance. And so again, just standing your body, breathing into any place that needs attention within your body, sending your breath there, and gently working the breath to release any long-held holding patterns we might have. It's like a reset button. And slowly start to come out. Place your hands on either side of your foot, and we're just going to straighten the leg. Standing up, lifting the right leg, straightening the left. Inhale, looking forward, pulling through the heart center. Exhale, round the back, bring the knee in, tuck it in. Inhale, lengthen the leg back out to long, stretching out the spine, looking forward, and exhale. Bring the knee in. Inhale, lengthen back out to long. Really stretch it out, opposite directions of each other. And exhale, bring the knee in. Inhale, just to step the foot back, set your hands. High plank position. Bring the hips down, tuck the tailbone under. Remember to stack the joints. Stacking the joints will help you in your planks. Press back through your heels, bend the elbows, lower it down. Here we flow, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Opening up the heart. Now you want to pull the heart away from the heels and make sure you use your core. Engage your thigh muscles, protect your lower back. Now activate your abdominals nice and strong and use your abs to pull your hips back into your downward facing dog. Now take a breath here, in through the nose. Come up high onto the tippy toes. And exhale through the nose, pressing the heels down towards the mat. Slight bend in your knees. Pressing your chest back towards your thighs. And now slowly start to walk the feet up towards the hands. And then separate the feet wider than shoulder width distance apart. So I like to separate my feet wider than the mat for Gaja Utkatasana. Now Gaja Utkatasana is elephant chair. So feet are wide and toes are right in front of the heels. Now inhale, sit your hips down low, bring palms, elbows, forearms, wrists. all together and really press them together, nice and strong. Now make sure your knees are behind your toes so you can protect your joints, and lift up the elbows to shoulder height. Really press the palms together. Elbows press together dynamically. Rock your eyes 1 point and slowly start to balance, lifting the heels, coming up onto the tippy toes. Total focus, awareness, and concentration. Single point. Harnessing your energy by using your breath. Inhaling slow through the nose and exhaling slow through the nose. One more breath here. We're going to inhale prana, life force and energy, and exhale, heels down, forward fold. Just hinge at the waist. Let your head come down and relax. Now moving into gorilla. So you're just going to slide your palms underneath your feet, toes up to the wrists. Maybe even giving your wrists a little massage with your toes. Now slightly turn your toes in with the heels out. Bend your knees a lot and your elbows, and just let the elbows come out to the sides. Breathe it away here. Breathing into the entire back side of the body. And remember, the deeper of a bend in your knees, the more of a stretch you'll get in your lower back. So it's not about having straight legs. Let go of any picture in your mind that you have about yoga and yoga poses and what it's supposed to look like. Because it doesn't matter what it looks like. It only matters what it feels like within your own body. It's wherever you are at right now. Not where you think you should be. It's where you are at right now. There's magic in every moment if we take our time to look around and see it. Now slowly start to release. Walk your feet back in. Plant your hands. Walking your feet out. Come back into high plank. Make sure that the joints are stacked. Bend the elbows. Keep them tucked into the sides. Let's lower down and flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, use your core to pull your hips back into downward facing dog. Three-legged dog, inhale. Right leg lifts up high to the sky, stretching past the toes. Exhale, we're going to step it wide for crescent Anjaneyasana warrior. Bring your right foot to the outside of the right hand. You want lots of room between the feet, that way you're not balancing on a tightrope. Inhale, upper body, arms to rise. Just going to lunge yourself forward, staying up on the back toes. So your heel is lifted, square facing towards the front, tailbone is tucked under, and knee is right over the ankle. Shoulders relax down your back, eyes are focused 1 point. Exhale, hands to heart center, lean forward and twist. Left elbow outside, right knee. Maintaining the hands at heart center. Spine is nice and long, and you're pressing back through your back heel, lifting the back of your thigh up towards the sky. You can open up your arms here, and then maybe wrap your top arm around your back. And then maybe bind by bringing your other arm around down under the thigh and hooking the fingers. Wherever you are at, breathing into your shoulders, settling your eyes 1 point. And release, opening up the arms nice and wide. Coming back to the front, deepen your lunge, bending the elbows behind the head, exalting your warrior, and exhale. Hands come down to the mat. Now press the mat away, sending right foot back to meet left, high push up, lower it down. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, lift your hips, back to down dog. Pressing the chest back towards the thighs. Take a breath in through the nose, slow. And out through the nose, slow. Other side. Inhale, left leg lifts up high to the sky. Exhale, we're going to step it wide on Janiyasana. Left foot outside, left hand. Make sure there's plenty of room, least hip width distance between both feet so you're not balancing on a tight wire. Solid foundation. You want to be up on your back toes, lifting the heel up off the mat. And then pull your back thigh up towards the sky. Relax the shoulders down your back. And allow your breath to settle you in from one side to the other. Going from one opposite end of the spectrum to the other. Now you're remembering your powerhouse. Are you still with me? Pulling the pelvic wall up and in while relaxing your chest and the heart area. So you want your chest to be pointed up towards the sky, yet point your rib tips down. Keep lifted. Inhale, hands to heart center. Now lean forward and twist. Right elbow outside, left knee. Maintaining both hands at the heart center as best that you can. Now remember, you're doing the best that you can. Maybe this is as far as you go. Maybe you don't open up the arms. It's just an option. Doesn't necessarily mean that you have to. Only if you want to. And if you come in too far into a pose, remember, you can always come out. You don't have to ever feel as if you're stuck in a pose or stuck doing something in yoga that you don't want to be doing. We're just exploring our bodies here, figuring out what works and what doesn't work without judgment, without labeling or titling, or comparing our chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Slowly start to come back out. Opening up. Facing forward. Exalting your warrior deep in your front lunge. And exhale. Hands down to the mat. Now press the floor away. Back down through your heels. High push-up position, flow. Bend the elbows, lower it down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Flowing through the flow. And exhale, lift your hips. Downward facing dog. Inhale, slow through the nose. Come up high onto the tippy toes. And exhale, slow through the nose. Pressing the heels back down towards the ground. And now one more flow. Inhale, right leg lifts up high to the sky. Now exhale, step it wide again for Janiyasana, crescent warrior. Right foot outside, right hand. Inhale, upper body, arms to rise. Now we're going to bring, bending the right elbow behind the head and just reaching the left fingertips towards the right elbow. Now if this is as far as you go, that's perfectly fine. Just want to open up the chest, open up the shoulders, keep the spine lifted. And if you want more, bending the left elbow behind the back, reaching for the fingertips and hooking the fingertips if that's available to you. If not, just holding the upper elbow. Doing whatever you can. Getting deep into the shoulders and releasing any tension that may or may not be there. So I'm going to breathe that away. Now from here, we're going to come into a figure 4 squat, just like chair. Inhale, press off your back foot without letting your toes touch the ground. You're just going to bring the left heel above the right knee and slowly start to sit down. Now make sure your knee is behind the toes, that all toes are visible on your right foot, your standing foot, and keep your top foot flexed. The more active your top foot is, the more protected the joints will be. Hinging at the waist. So try to smooth out any roundness in your lower back. Just breathing here. Now keeping the legs the same. On your exhale, unwinding the arms, bring hands to prayer, standing up, keeping a slight bend in the knee, hinge forward at the waist, and come down as far as is comfortable for you, forward fold. So just breathing here for a moment, keeping the navel tucked in, and really breathing into your hips while you let your head go. Now slowly starting to come out, bend your standing leg, bringing hands back to heart center, standing up, and then swooping the leg all the way back. Crescent warrior, Anjaneyasana. Let's exalt your warrior, inhale, arms to rise, bending elbows behind, and deepening your front lunge. Exhale, hands down to the mat, press the ground away, keep the leg lifted, 3-point plank, bend the elbows, lower it down. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Open up your heart center. Exhale, use your core to lift your hips. Back to down dog, take a breath, in through the nose slow. And out through the nose, maybe even slower. Other side. Inhale, left leg reaches long behind you. Really stretch it out. And exhale, step it wide. Left foot outside, left hand. Inhale, upper body to rise. Now just bending the left elbow and reaching the right fingertips up. Relaxing the shoulders down the back, staying up on the back toes. Keeping the heel lifted, or maybe full expression, bending the right elbow behind the back, reaching for fingertips, squaring towards the front, and settling in with your breath, relaxing the shoulder down your back, locking your eyes 1 point. And now that you know where we're going, next inhale. Press off the right foot without letting the toes touch the ground. Bring the heel above the knee. Keep that foot flexed. Start to bend the knee, hinge at the waist. Really lift through the crown of your head. Lock your eyes. Keep the top foot activated. Just doing the best that you can. Make sure all 5 toes are visible on your standing leg. Top foot active. You're inhaling prana, the life force and energy, oxygen, and exhale. Now use that energy, sit a little bit deeper. Now release the hands, leaving the legs the same. Hands to prayer, heart center. Start to straighten your standing leg, reaching the fingertips towards the ground. Forward fold. Again, just doing the best that you can. You can keep your standing leg as bent as you like. Remember, letting go of any picture you have in your head of what yoga is. Any image that you have, just set it aside and breathe into the backside of your body. Opening it up, releasing any tension that may be stuck in there, just letting it go. It has nowhere to go but to leave your body now. And slowly start to come out. Same way we went in. Hands to heart center, unwind, step the foot back. Good. Crescent warrior, exalt your warrior now. Deepen your front lunge. Bend the elbows behind the head. Open up your heart center. Exhale, both hands down to the mat. Now press the ground away as you lift. Left leg nice and high, 3-point plank. Pull forward into high plank. Bend the elbows, bring it low. Inhale, upward facing dog. Really open up your heart center, dynamically engage your thighs. And exhale, use your core to lift your hips. Back to downward facing dog. Inhale, come up high on the tippy toes. Exhale, bring your knees down to the mat, cross your feet, and roll over onto the back. So just laying down on your back now. Bring your fingertips just to graze your heels for bridge. Feet are hip width distance apart. Now drive down through your heels, lifting your tailbone up, tucking it under slightly, and then interlace your hands, walking your shoulders in towards each other. Now really turning on the heat now. You're internally rotating the thighs in towards each other, but leaving space, hip width distance between the knees. Gently putting pressure on the backs of your shoulders. Chin is tucked towards the chest, very slightly pressing on the glands. And breathing into your lower back now. And slowly start to release. Hips down to the floor, bring bottoms of feet together, knees apart. One hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. And here let's circle your energy round and round. Now here, when your blood is at its peak and it's pumping through your body, this is your Agni, A-G-N-I, the fire that you created. You made this happen. This is the fire that you made happen within your own body. So now we use it to heal your body. So really circle your breath round and round, in through the nose and out through the nose. If there is any part of your body that needs special attention, now would be the time to breathe that life-giving breath into that area, especially if it's an area that you've been ignoring for a really long time. Now is the time to give it that attention that it so desperately wants and needs. Now, while your blood is pumping at its strongest, you're at its peak, we use it. Harness that energy within the body to clean ourselves out. Blasting through any blockages that may or may not be there. Best time to do that is when your mind is relaxed. Now remember, any finicky thoughts, just disengage from them. They try to sneak their way into your mind. Not trying to chase them away or anything, just disengage. It's as if you're watching them. But you're not identifying yourself with those thoughts. They're just there. And slowly come back. And we're going to do one set of wheel. And if you're not good with wheel, that's perfectly fine. You can just do another set of bridge, feet about hip width distance, just pressing your hips up. Or if you'd like to go for wheel, you're just going to place each hand by your ears, fingertips facing forward, elbows straight up at the sky. You don't want them all whacked out over here. You want them pointing straight up at the sky. Now inhale, you're going to press the ground away, lifting up your hips and straightening out through the shoulders. So really lifting up the chest. Just letting your head go. And breathing your way into your wheel. One more breath here. And slowly start to come down, very, very slowly, bending the elbows, rolling one vertebrae down onto the ground. And again, Supta Baddha Konasana, bottoms of feet together. This time, opposite hand on the belly, and the other hand up by your forehead, circling your energy round and round. There can be emotion that gets stuck in the chest, so just breathe through whatever may or may not have come up. Knowing, like just the seasons, this too shall pass. One more deep, cleansing breath. And slowly start to bring the knees in towards the body. Be very gentle on the sacrum area. Bring the nose up towards the knees. And slowly start to rock and roll your way up to sitting. Good. Now facing forward. Just going to come into one last spinal twist. Inhale, circle sweep arms, come all the way up. And exhale. Slowly start to twist towards one side. And think about lining up your spine. All in one line. Rinsing it out. And gently, internally massaging your digestive system with your breath. So this is like the reset button. On your in-breath, see if you can bring your belly out, just like a baby, the way a baby breathes. And on your exhale, pull the belly in. So inhale, belly out. Exhale, belly in. And that is how we internally massage the digestive system. Putting ourselves back together and helping it out. Helping all of the juices flow freely throughout the body. Using our fire to balance all the water within us. And slowly come back to center. Now let's inhale just to align the spine. Give more space and length to each vertebrae. Then twist to the other side. Now be patient with yourself as well, knowing that it takes a lot of practice to learn how to breathe this way. And out breath, belly, just like a baby. In breath, pull the belly in. This is a great exercise to do right after you eat. No, well, not right after you eat, but after you drink your tea, after you eat your meal. It really helps the digestive process along. And slowly come back to center. Let's realign the spine. Inhale, circle, sweep up. And exhale, thumbs right up to your third eye. This right here, working on the self, creating the best possible version of you yet, is absolutely remarkable. Here, we are competing with ourselves. Your mat is your mirror, and to face the self head on, tackling the issues directly at the source, takes a tremendous amount of courage and strength. Not everyone can do this. Not everyone can do that. Some people live their entire lives running from just this. But you're not just anyone, are you? You found this for a reason. And just the fact that you are here, you are already sending out the signals for success. And if you stick with it, the universe will rearrange itself to accommodate you. Mahalo for joining me today on this self-discovery. My heart is with you. Aloha and namaste. Woohoo, we did it! Oh, so proud of you. Mondays are always tough, yes? After the weekend, putting ourselves back together. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey of self-discovery. Are you glad you did yoga today? Yeah? Well, we are just getting started. We've barely scratched the surface. There's so much more yet to be discovered, and there's so much more I want to share with you. This is your last chance to share as well. Please click the 3 dots. Hit the share button if you're on YouTube or Facebook. the three dots if you're on Periscope, if you know anyone that could benefit from free yoga and guided meditation to get our mind right. Yes, oh, I'm so glad that you guys could be here with me today and that we're on this journey together. Yes, it's so awesome to have you here with me. Let's get as many people on board as we possibly can. And if you've missed any previous practices, they're all available at youtube.com/fit.live. Please check out the other amazing instructors there. There's a workout there for everybody. And if you'd like more info on myself, please Google Elaina Yoga. And may your Monday be as fantastic as you are. Again, this is Elaina for fit.live. Stick around. We'll see you tomorrow for a dynamic yoga flow for terrific Tuesdays. Mahalo, aloha, and namaste. Mwah.